Hey guys, I think it's cowabunga time. What do you say? Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back again. Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back again to the channel that is your home for tech, toys, and talk. And of course, the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. Welcome back. Yes, it's turtle time. I actually got these about several weeks ago, almost a month ago. I have this, and I also have the other set. And I got a little surprise delivery. But we're going to focus on Leo and Raph right now. Now, I did have a Leo and Raph from part 1, but 1, the blades broke, and 2, Raph had a few accidents. So, we're going to keep those set aside, and we're going to crack open Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze, Part 2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Part 2, The Secret of the Ooze. Now, there were some major differences with the Turtles from their Part 1 iterations. The eyes were a little bit bigger, a little bit more animated, so to speak. Honestly, I still like Part 1. Part 1 was very dark. Part 2 was a little bit more brighter, more fresher, so to speak. At least from some perspectives. Now, of course, we get Leo's blades, and of course, we get Raph's katanas, and we'll probably get a slice or two in here. What do you say we just crack this right on open? Now, of course, you get some of the images here from the Turtles in pose mode, and let's just crack them right open. Now, obviously, it looks like one of the slices are going to have a hole in it, so I can run it right through the side. Well, that's pretty cool. So what do you say we get right into this? Let's go. Now, we'll say this, I like the image here, the little background dio, if you will. I wish these were actually something that we could display outside. I mean, they do some great art here, but it's not something that's practical as a diorama, so to speak. But who knows? I know NECA has a diorama. It's like a $200 diorama piece, at least at most retailers. If I ever see it in person, I may be tempted to get it in person just for the Turtles. But let's get right on into this, guys. Okay, guys, here we go. So we got Leo. Leo is a little bit tougher to get out because in the packaging, you kind of have to loop or thread out his arms from the plastic that's holding him down. They did have some plastic ties, which you have to cut through, so be careful. Seems like the straps, the belt straps feel a little bit more loose, a little bit more malleable, but not in a bad way. You just have to be kind of careful. Now, unlike Turtles in the past, we don't get additional tails of the bandana. What you get is what you get in there. Now, we did get an extra set of hands, some open hands for the Turtles. Now, as far as accessories, we get a nice slice right here. We get part of a slice. We even get another little part of the slice. And of course, here's that one that we mentioned about with the cheese coming down the side, which will thread perfectly down his side. Now, of course, you might be saying to yourself, Dave, what's that from? Well, it's from the one scene in Ninja Turtles 2 when the guys get the pizza and they're playing kind of football game, and Raph jumps over the couch and using his side catches the slice so it doesn't land on the floor, giving April a heart attack. So yeah, that's kind of cool that we get that, that little maneuver, that little accessory, so we can do that one scene. That one special scene. Now, here's a better look at Raph. You can actually see the eyes a little bit more developed. In the first one, the eyes were a little bit more, I don't want to say thin, but the eyes, like the eyelids really didn't open up really large. So, this is definitely Ninja Turtles 2. You can see a major difference. Like, Raph almost looks a little bit more cheerier, if that was even possible. Trying to see if there's much of an upgrade here Again, you only get two accessories, or rather, two sets of hands. The hands that they have, and then the open hands again, because we get like this right here. This is Raph's two hands, and of course we have Leo's open hands, probably for his meditation. But I'm digging it. I mean, probably not much of a major difference from part one. I mean, again, the paint sculpt, you can see they definitely did a lot more detail like they did in part two, so they did some pretty good ones here. Like Leo saying, yeah. And of course, like most Ninja Turtles, we're gonna get the mutagen from TGRI. So yeah, I mean these, it's kind of, now I know that NECA has had issues in the past. The first Leo I had, his swords had broke, his katanas. The joints seem to be a little bit better. I'm still going to be very cautious when I'm doing anything here. Let's see how well the katanas go right on in. So far, they are looking pretty good. Now, the blades are a little flimsy, guys, so please don't be too rough with them. Treat them with kid gloves if you can. You know, there we go. Leo with his... To me, I think the swords are sticking out a little bit high, just for my own taste. But let's go ahead and see if we can get them in hand, so to speak. Now, I know some people do the little warm-up to try and get them in hand. Let's see. How well can we... Or can we do a nice little... We got a lot of different poses, obviously, we can do. Now, you heard me say like a meditation pose. That's what I have my old Leo doing. And we should be able to do that with him on this one as well. It almost looks like the legs, or should I say the feet, have... Let me see, can we get a nice little... Yeah, we can get a nice little meditation pose going on. I mean, we can swap out the hands. So he's doing this and this, which we can do. Quick little swap. And there we go, we got Leo doing a nice little meditation. Of course, we don't have a Leo with his eyes closed, but still, we can do Leo meditating right there. So that's something you can do. You don't have to, but you can. Of course, we got Raph. We got Raph with his bandana tails or ends draped over the front, which is not necessarily something we saw in the first movie, but in the second one, it is a look that he pretty much is rocking. Now, as far as his storage, his weapons are just going to slide in right here. And don't make my mistake. My first Raph was kind of prophetic, if you will. I had lost one sai, which is exactly what he does in the first movie. So that was kind of ironic if you think about it. Don't you think? Okay, you might have to be a little careful here. Because depending on how the legs are, they could apply pressure to the side of the blade of the sai. But I mean, most of the time, you're probably going to have Raph holding his weapons in his hand, always ready for a fight. Again, Raph is going to have the same kind of mobility and functionality as Leo does. Of course, we get our little peg holes for the feet here. Yeah, we can do a nice little pose like him holding one of the sai. Right here. Maybe I need to talk a little bit louder. Sorry about that, guys. So we can have him, you know, with that. And maybe he's holding the other side. You know? There you go. I definitely like... if you're a Turtles fan, you can definitely see some of the subtle differences from part 1 to part 2. There are some subtle differences here. It'd be cool if there was maybe a little bit more here. I mean, you know what? We could have Raph doing that, and maybe he's holding another slice already in hand. You know? He's enjoying a slice. Who doesn't enjoy a slice? I mean, really. Let's be honest. I know I do. So yeah, there we go. We got some poses here. We got some turtles chilling. Um, I'd say, you know, honestly, the Ninja Turtles 2 difference. I like part 1. Part 1's always going to be my favorite. But 2 was pretty fun. Especially we got Kino. We got a lot of new actors. We had a new April. It's going to be interesting to see if they do an April from part 2 or not. I know Judith Hogue from part 1. She's been doing a lot of stuff. So it's going to be interesting. I do want to get Ninja Turtles 3 figures. I know a lot of people have gotten them already. I'm going to be keeping an eye on secondary markets. And you guys know I'm an out-of-box collector. So if you know anyone that's selling them out of box, always hit me up at my socials at Daves_Dimension on Instagram, DavesDimension78 at gmail.com, or Dimension Daves on Twitter. But guys, what do you think about the Turtles here? We got Leo, we got Raph, and we got a whole lot coming through the pipeline here. I mean, they are very stable figures. They don't feel like you have to force them. But because of my history in the past, I'm going to be very cautious with these blades here. Very, very, very cautious. Now, am I going to keep Leo in his meditating pose? No, I'm definitely not going to do that. He's going to be in a stance where he's got his weapons drawn because he's a ninja. He has to be prepared at any and all times. But for now, we're going to have his swords put away. And he's going to be enjoying a nice hot slice of pizza. I mean, wouldn't you? Just pop his hands back on. There we go. Stick one slice there. Now, I wish there was a way for him to hold the TGRI canister. I really do. But I don't want to force... I just don't think, unless we heated the hands up, I don't see... I really don't see a way for us to get him to hold the canister, because canister's pretty... no, I guess I could force it a little bit, where he's holding the canister. You know? Now, if we had Tatsu, which is Shredder's, number 1, we could have that fight scene where the turtles are hanging onto the canister during that fight sequence. So that is something we could do. I just worry about stretching out the hands too far where it won't be able to hold the sword anymore. That's one of my concerns. But that may not be a real concern. We'll know in the next few episodes because I'm going to be opening up the other turtles coming soon. But there we go. And if you notice, I have a little fabric desk mat here. And both Leo and Raph are standing on their own without any kind of stands. So they are very, very sturdy. And I do say, you can definitely do some poses here. Will they do every pose out there? No. Got to be cautious about that. But I think they look great. They look awesome. And I can't wait to open up Donnie and Mikey. So, there we go. If you guys liked this video, give me that thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know in the comment section below. Always hit me up at my socials that you can see on the screen. And guys, as always, if you want to help support the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you want to help with the channel itself, there is a Cash App that you can see in my socials there. Just go ahead and hit that up. And you can help donate to the channel, help us. We've been having a few technical issues, so any assistance would be greatly appreciated, but not required. But guys, until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting, and you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. I will always catch you on the flip side. Take care.